Welcome to the Soccer Tavern, where we're discussing the history, culture, and philosophy of the beautiful game. My name is Dave, and in this video we're talking about the history of the Mexican men's national soccer team. Pull up a seat and let's start the discussion. Mexico is a country located on the southern portion of North America. It has a population of about 131 million people. The Mexican National Soccer Federation is a member of CONCACAF, which is the North and Central American as well as Caribbean Confederation in FIFA. Mexico plays most of its home matches at the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. It holds about 84,000 people, though Mexico has begun moving some of its home matches around the country a bit more. The Federación Mexicana de Fútbol Asociación AC, or FMF, was founded on August 23, 1927. Its first president was Humberto Garza Ramos. The federation has an interesting governing structure specifically for managing the national team. Representatives from the clubs in Mexico's top professional division vote on the directors, management, and coaching staff of the national team. That's very different than most other nations where the process of managing the national team isn't quite as democratic. The national team's three main nicknames of El Tri, El Tricolor, and Tricolores each come from a variation of the three or the three colors. The country's flag is green, white, and red, three colors. That's where those nicknames come from. A less commonly used nickname is Los Aztecas. The Aztecs were the indigenous people of Mexico. Additionally, Mexico plays its home matches generally at the Azteca in Mexico City. That's where that nickname comes from. The National Federation crest looks like this. The Federation's official name is in the scroll around the outside. The soccer ball symbolizes the sport of soccer that the Federation governs. The colors of green, white, and red come from the national flag. The eagle at the top of the crest comes from the national flag. The story behind the eagle comes from an Aztec legend. The leader of the wandering tribe of Mexica people was told in a dream that the tribe should settle in an area where an eagle was perched on a cactus eating a serpent. The Mexica people saw this in what is now Mexico City, so they settled there and eventually became part of the Aztec Empire. For the National Soccer Federation crest, the snake was left off the design. Additionally, I assume what the eagle is perched on is an Aztec symbol, but I wasn't able to verify this in my research. If you have additional details, please let us know in the comment section below the video. Including the 2018 World Cup, Mexico has participated in 16 World Cup finals tournaments. Its best ever finish was 6th place, which came in 1970 and 1986. From a continental competition perspective, Mexico has participated in 8 CONCACAF championships and 14 CONCACAF Gold Cups. The CONCACAF championships was the tournament name from 1963 to 1989 before it became the Gold Cup. Mexico won the CONCACAF championship on 3 occasions, 1965, 1971, and 1977. And it has won the CONCACAF Gold Cup on 7 occasions, with its first coming in 1993 and its most recent coming in 2015. Mexico qualified for the 2018 World Cup by finishing first in the final round of CONCACAF World Cup qualification. It has been placed in Group F for the 2018 World Cup group stage. Let's discuss 4 of Mexico's best ever players in this section. The greatest player in Mexico's history is Hugo Sanchez. He was voted as the greatest player of the 20th century in the North and Central American region. His international career wasn't quite stellar, but he did play in 3 World Cups with Mexico. His club career is what he's best known for, as he was one of the best strikers in the world throughout the 80s and early 90s. Sanchez was La Liga's highest goal scorer 4 consecutive years, and he is the only player in the league's history to do that. He was a remarkable player and is a Mexican legend. The next player I'd like to discuss is Jorge Campos. Campos was a 5'6" goalkeeper with freak athleticism. That athleticism more than made up for his small size during his career. He had 130 caps for the full Mexican national team and was renowned for getting involved in the attacking play by dribbling the ball out of his own box. Cuauhtémoc Blanco is the next player we'll discuss here. Blanco won the silver ball given to the second best player at the tournament in the 1999 Confederations Cup, which Mexico won. It is the only individual award won by a Mexican player in a major FIFA competition. Blanco also scored 9 career Confederations Cup goals, which is a record he shares with Ronaldinho. He was a great goal scorer and a legendary penalty taker, as he only missed 2 of his 58 penalties in his career. And the last player I'd like to mention is Rafa Marquez. I'm listing him as a historical player, but he's remarkably still an active player and hasn't officially retired from the Mexican national team at 39 years old. Marquez is considered the greatest Mexican defender in history and has over 140 caps in a national team career stretching more than 20 years. He is nicknamed El Kaiser and has captained Mexico at 4 World Cups. He was the first Mexican player ever signed by FC Barcelona and was the first Mexican to ever win the UEFA Champions League. And players to watch out for on the 2018 World Cup squad, the star player is going to be Javier Chicharito Hernandez. He is a striker for West Ham in England right now. He's a great goal poacher, but he's not the biggest, strongest, or most skilled player in the world, but he just simply finds a way to score goals, which is the most important and valuable thing in soccer. And a breakout player to watch out for at the 2018 World Cup is Hirving Chucky Lozano. He plays as a winger for PSV Eindhoven in the Netherlands. Lozano has been touted as one of the best Mexican prospects for a few years and seems to be living up to this hype. He just had his first pro season in Europe and did very well, so depending on how this tournament goes, he could be on a very big club in Europe in the not too distant future. Mexico's main rival is undoubtedly the United States. It wasn't much of a rivalry from when the countries first met in 1934 to 1991. The US only won 2 matches during that span. Since then, however, the US has grown its soccer culture in the country and has begun producing talented players to legitimately compete with Mexico. Mexico currently has the title as top dog in the region, with the US failing to qualify for the 2018 World Cup. Mexico also still holds a commanding lead in all-time wins in this series. But the US does hold a bit of bragging rights, having won the only meeting between these two countries at a World Cup. That was in 2002, when the US won 2-0 in the round of 16 to reach the quarterfinals of that tournament. The current political tensions between the two countries and the battle for supremacy on the pitch means this rivalry is not going anywhere anytime soon. Claudio Suarez is Mexico's all-time record appearance holder with 177 caps. Mexico's all-time record goal scorer is Javier Chicharito Hernandez with 49 goals at time of recording. He is still an active player and is likely to add to that tally. And one last interesting fact for you about Mexico: in each of the last 6 World Cups, Mexico has advanced out of the group stage but been eliminated in the round of 16. So from 1994 to 2014, since we're recording this before the 2018 World Cup kicks off, Mexico has gone out in the first match after the group stage. They'll be looking to break that record at the 2018 World Cup. So there you have it, a bit of history on the Mexico men's national soccer team. If you have anything else to add to our discussion, please let us know in the comment section below the video. Thanks for stopping by the Soccer Tavern. Hope to see you again soon. Cheers!